Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Risky Ryan Live. We're going to take a look at the stock market. I haven't had a chance to look all day, so if you haven't had a chance to look all day, well, today's your day. We're going to take a look. All right, so first thing I want to do is just take a look at the ETFs, just the sectors. Let's go to data close. Okay. It's back over here. Oh. Hey. Hold on. I gotta. Sorry, the stream is This is like the prequel, okay? All right, I haven't quite gotten my chat up to speed, but I started broadcasting because I'm a noob. You can tell I've done this many times. You can tell I've done this a million times, and I'm basically something of an expert. Here, maybe. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, anyways, let's get started, shall we? So, one-day performance: S&P 500 flat, NASDAQ up slightly, and we got the SMH semiconductors up 2.5%, energy up 2.5%, small caps down. Looks like Bitcoin's down currently. Silver was up again. Back up. Cool. All right. Let's go to S&P 500. Let's see what. Okay, so we got Micron doing really well. Semiconductor equipment doing really well. CrowdStrike holding up. Visa holding up. Tesla holding up. Nvidia. AMD was flat today. Energy stocks were good. So it's kind of an S&P 500 type of day. The financials are down, but the industrials are up. Looks like utilities are pretty much up. Consumer staples are pretty much up. So it looks like there is still kind of this rotation out of software into your old man sort of components of the market. Let's take a look at some earnings. So Vertiv had earnings today. Vertiv was the only one that really just went up and stayed up, and it kept surging higher. Shopify, on the other hand, popped up and crushed down, but yeah, we're still kind of in this descending megaphone pattern. Now let's get into the charts. So we're going to go on the daily here. S&P 500 pretty much still in its range, trying to pop up, make an all-time high. It's been trying for, a couple weeks now to try to make an all-time high. Maybe it has a couple times here, but can't really break out. So you don't love to see that, but it's normal. Nothing to be worried about. Qs are softening, but also kind of in the range. Not really too concerned there. Tech, same story. SMH is kind of, yeah, look at that. So it made it up there. I want to go to the monthly, though, to see if it broke through, which it did. Very cool. All right. So the semiconductors still continue to outperform. All right, let's take a look at silver. Silver was strong today. Still can't break through my level of $86, though. And it does look like it wants to consolidate kind of between the $73 and $90 range. We'll want to see some candles closing above this $90 level. Maybe if we can get back above 100 and kind of get some moving averages to cross over, maybe we can continue sooner with the silver trade. Gold got over 5,000, but can't break over this. I think that's the it's the 2.618 level from the major cycle prior. Healthcare also holding up pretty well. All right, individual stocks. Let's do that. SoFi continues to fall out of bed. We did fill this gap right here, which has been really, it's the only daily gap other than this one all the way down here. I do not see us going to $11 though. So we have filled this gap. Maybe this continues to go sideways and down, and we see, an $18 SoFi again. Right now, it's kind of not really giving any indication that we're going to move higher. However, this chart looks a lot like Robinhood, which, funny enough, I actually sold. I bought and then I sold because they declined in revenue quarter over quarter, and they've not done that before. So that kind of broke my thesis, and I just started the position, had to say goodbye to the position, just because I don't really want to stay in it. That being said, it is holding this level really strong, so we'll see if that was a smart idea or not. But this chart, very similar to SoFi, and it is finding support on a Gann angle. So that's good news for SoFi. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, very strong today, still in the 190, above 190 it closed. So these high 180s, basically this level right here, 194. It needs to get up and over that to kind of get up to these levels. It's going to be difficult, I think, just because I do think that it wants to hit this. It will hit this eventually. That's kind of my thesis here. And if you go 365 days out, that's 25% higher. So it's still a good buy position, but you could see some volatility and a big drop without breaking structure. So just something to think about. One second, someone's calling me here. Where did I leave my phone? All right, we're taking a break. Sorry. Sorry about that. Thank you for the one person that has stayed. We're going to take a look at Meta here next. Actually, no, we're going to take a look at AMD. Well, these blue lines are part of a GAN that I drew that did give me a lot of signal. Still kind of a no man's land, not really showing that it wants to take any direction. Meta's sitting on all of the moving averages, daily moving averages, and the anchored volume profile. Interesting. Meta looks like it is good. This area is holding up really strong. So, yeah, no, and the RSI is coming up. So Meta's starting to build some strength. It's starting to look better. CrowdStrike reacted to my levels perfectly. Let's take a look at the daily here. It's showing every sign of a bounce. That's good. Amazon continues to be disrespected. You could be coming down to a 188 level. At that point, you got to buy some Amazon. It's already undervalued. It's oversold on the RSI, so we could be getting a bounce here shortly. But man, could really go for an island reversal, huh? Zeta down to 16, just continuing to get hammered. Unreal. I think it reclaims this GAN angle here. Once the shorts cover, I think that we're going to get a nice loop up and get up and over this thing. I would love to see, a $42 Zeta by the end of the year. We'll see how that works out for me. Shark Ninja had an excellent day today. Excellent day today. Take a look at this gap. It had great earnings, as usual. I still got to listen to the conference call. But look at that. It engulfed all the last week or two. Tons of volume. Really strong showing out of Shark Ninja. Next resistance level is like 20-something% higher, which is kind of crazy. Let's take a look at the weekly here yeah, exactly. So it's still showing, it's acting like it wants to get up here. And, that's like 30-40% higher. I would not be shocked though if it made it up to this and that was a major resistance point and that was a local top. Would not be shocked at all. Just because the rate that it's growing it's fast, Either way, if it comes over all the way over here, 52 weeks from now, you're still up 10% from these levels. So love me some Shark Ninja. It really helps to diversify my portfolio because it's a consumer discretionary stock, but it grows like it's a tech stock, or at least it, stock grows like it's a tech stock. Let's talk about Shopify, because Shopify had a very strange day today, didn't it? But it's holding. It is holding that level. This is a key level. I filled my shopping cart with Shopify today. I made my year's worth of purchases on it. I actually was buying last year around this time, and that was kind of around these levels here. For Shopify. So, just getting another chance to add at my current average. I don't think that this will be long-lived, this dip here. So I went ahead and added to my position. Tesla had a strong day today, but it is still just building a base on the previous cycle's all-time high, which is really great to see. You do have the scan angle here. I'm just going to bring this down so you can kind of see a big picture here. And I want to go 52 weeks out. And, not bad, 16%. So Tesla's an interesting one. I would like to see it a little closer to this, but man, every time it gets down there, it freaks me out because it drops so much. But it would not have to drop very far. If it went next week, it would be another 17% down. That is a bit of a plunge, but that would give a much better entry. Oscar, reclaiming the 200-week moving average, closed. It's trying to close above it. The candle isn't closed yet, but if you're a believer in this stock, this is where you buy it, right? I have a little bit. Palantir continues to fall out of bed, just like SoFi. I would not touch this one. Would not touch this one yet. Love the previous performance, but this thing needs a breather. It just does. Vertiv had a really good earnings. Really good. Gapped all the way up here. Really crazy. I mean, it's scary to try to chase this, and I gotta see what happened because their earnings, it's a 5% beat. They're pretty much on par with revenue. So there must have been something in the conference call or in the dialogue that caused such a reaction. PNR just keeps dying. Crypto, it's kind of in lockup right now. We'll get to crypto later. Nebius, yeah, we're just going to go sideways. Although, we do have a pretty nice volume shelf here. And it would be good to see it hold the highs, but I'm not ready to buy Nebius yet. Same with Iron. I would like to get a perfect entry on Iron if given the chance. Otherwise, I'm just going to be not holding it yet. Just because I do think it's gonna hit this Gann angle here, and that'll be its new growth trajectory moving into the future. And so I want to pick it up when it's closer to that. The alternative is that we grow all the way up to this and we get to an $800 stock. That's not happening because you can do this 365 days out, and that's still a 200% gain if it holds this scan angle. So still very bullish on Iron. If you're buy today, it very well could double from here or more by the 52 weeks from now. But I want a better entry. Tempus AI, holding on to my shares. You can't fade Nancy. You just can't fade Nancy. So I think it will hop back up to this thing and start moving higher. Hopefully not before long. Let's take a look at my energy stocks here. Chevron gapping up again. It's crashing upward. This stock is just crashing upward. It's doing what Johnson & Johnson has been doing for a while. The RSI is just cooked right now. Cooked. But I'm not ready to sell this at all because it's going somewhere with purpose. When a stock starts going somewhere with purpose, you don't want to exit the trade. You can trim, not financial advice, of course, but you can definitely trim. You can definitely trim as it goes up, but I'm not going to sell the whole position. Same with Baker Hughes. This thing is crashing upward as well. It must be re-rating. It must be re-rating because I don't think that it's coming back to this Gann angle. It might do really well this year. Marathon Petroleum, same story. All of these are high up on the RSIs, but really performing really well. And ConocoPhillips, same thing. Same thing. We're getting up to this little level here. But on the weekly, it's not so much. So We might run into some resistance here on ConocoPhillips once we get to about 112. I would expect us to get up and over that, form a base, and then curl higher. Because I think before the end of the year we make it to this Gann angle. It might happen sooner than expected. It happens, 3 months from now. That's another 8%. So that's definitely a name to watch. I think once we get up to there, I might trim a little of my energy stocks, but they're really good to have when the whole world is going to hell, isn't it? And Vistra had a green day today, trying to close the weekly candle above this Gann level here. We do have a long-term support line right here as well, so there is a couple layers of safety underneath. Oil per barrel going to 110 easy. I have not seen any news. I know that Netanyahu was in, the United States today, met at the White House. So, I don't know if there was, but it seems like they're going to bomb Iran, right? It just seems like that is kind of on the table. Kind of on the menu, not even on the table. Table's there. They're just picking what they're gonna eat, how they're gonna eat. Okay. Let's go to crypto here. Crypto is, nothing strange happening here. We do have a volume shelf, 200-week moving average, and a Gann level, a Fibonacci level for Bitcoin right here at 69,000. So I just suspect it'll be trading right around that level, and we're going to have hopefully some more clarity, no pun intended, by the end of the week. I don't know that we're going to necessarily get the clarity act by the end of the week, though. Ethereum, yikes, not looking great. XRP also kind of playing with that 200-week moving average. So yeah, a lot of our favorites are kind of, scaring us right now, but really thinking that a bottom could very well form right here because we got all these 200-week moving averages that these are sitting on. All right. Kind of want to look at some of these. Ouster with another 5% down day. Ouster's something that I do want to get eventually. Striker just going sideways. AbbVie sideways. Urkel holding this little pattern here. You'll see that we have a bit of a logarithmic curve forming, and it does seem to be holding right there. So if there's some symmetry to that, then this could be the bottom for Oracle. Taiwan Semi continues to just fly, dude. This thing is nuts. United Healthcare, and this thing, I still think we see a $200 United Healthcare. Pool Corporation, yeah, it's hitting the spot. It's hitting the spot. It's reacting well. I want to say this is one of Warren Buffett's stocks that he likes. 52 weeks out is about 20%, a little under 20% higher. I like to see a little bit more than that to get into a brand new stock I don't know a whole lot about. But if you know Pool, then this is, and you like it, then this is where you want to see it hold. And you would just, you'd cut your losses if it got down to 225. Generon had a big day today. Eli Lilly, yeah, it's curling. That Johnson & Johnson, my goodness, look at that chart. Look at that breakout, unreal, dude. Just instantly parabolic, so crazy. Joby looks a lot like that. Looks a lot like SoFi and Robinhood, don't it? Ooh, did not mean to do that. Micron, dude. Look at this thing. The market just can't keep it down. Micron is nuts. ASML is finally launching. Good. Everything's moving in the right direction for Intel. Applied Materials is making it to a key level, but take a look. I mean, this could very well turn into resistance here just because we are so high. If, shorting Applied Materials, not the worst idea at these levels. This looks unsustainable on the RSI. It needs to breathe for a moment. So I think that this could come down. You would cover it like 298. Man, these things are just real. Wow. Crazy day for air test systems. GE Vernova, I continue to need this fucking stock in my portfolio. It's just so good. Ugh. Wow. I want to buy this so bad, but it's just not part of my strategy. Eaton. Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. How's IBM doing? Ooh, IBM's a dip buy right here. It's at a support level. Seem to have gotten out of this. But a lot of bearish divergences on the way up here. So, I don't love that. ServiceNow. My gosh. Imagine having bought it last week. Imagine you bought it up here. Or even right here. This is probably where some of these guys, yeah, a couple weeks ago, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, you bought it up at 140. Now it's down to 100. Oh my gosh. Talk about getting crushed if you just started a position in this. Now we are pretty much cooked on the weekly RSI. This has to be a temporary bottom within a few percentages of this. Trade desk. Ugh. My gosh. Zscaler. Wow, this is overdone. This is way overdone. Wow. I don't know what even to make of this chart. I think it broke structure. I mean, yeah, that's hard to buy right there because I just don't know if it's going down or going up, and it projected off this. It's way oversold now. It's way oversold. How far down is it? If it drops at? It's only down 45% though. Only. All right, let's take a look at some of these other stocks here. Google, time to short Google. So that's interesting. So Google and Meta are kind of like a pair trade. They're both in communication services. Google looks like it's at a temporary top, and Meta looks like it's ready to kind of flip the switch. So you might see a rotation from Google into Meta. Microsoft down another 2% today, but it looks like it wants to bounce off this 200-week moving average. The RSI levels are really low too, lowest they've been in a long time, years. So I do like it at these levels. This is definitely a dip buy opportunity on Microsoft. Apple is rallying. Apple's been doing good since Apple looks pretty good. Oil. Yeah, if oil does pump, then these energy stocks really might keep going higher. They might need oil to keep that rally going. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, CrowdStrike still looks good. Oh yeah, Costco. I want to look at Costco. Interesting. Yeah. Costco's one of those, I don't know, I want to buy it when it's a more opportune time. Break down here, you might see this continue, or if draw this out like that. Maybe end of year I might buy Costco back. Shall see how that goes. I certainly hope that it stays under this line so that I can get my Costco back. Like Pro Tragedy. Solanner. Chainlink. This is gonna hold. RSI is way too low. So we're in crypto buy zone, absolutely. I want to take one more look at Shopify. I want to see what the hell and why the hell this happened. Down to an hour. Wow, it just got slammed. It said, yep, no, and it shattered your dreams. It's crazy. That is crazy, but that's okay. I'll take the discount, especially after interesting, questionable earnings. But they didn't. I don't think they put out any. I don't think that they put out any. What's it called? As guidance. I think they pulled guidance last time or so. Maybe I'm making that shit up. I don't know. He's both good and furtive. Actually, I do see if it says any news here. Strong demand. All right. Well, yeah. You're cooling data centers. It's a lot of money in that. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, Risky Ryan out.